There they go. 2022 steers going to a grass-fed producer that will finish them. That has had a lot of rain and tons of grass. And we're in a spring drought. We don't have either. We don't have a lot of grass. We don't have any rain. So we made a management decision and decided to cut bait and get rid of some head. Take some pressure off our pastures because we don't know when it's going to rain again. We know how many animals we have and we know how much grass is in front of us. And so you have to make that management decision quick. And basically I did it within 7 days. So if I hadn't had the grazing school, I might have done it 3 days sooner. But that's how it is here on the farm. So anyway, the customer's getting a really nice set of steers. Hot wire broke. They're ready to go. And they ought to just absolutely start cranking weight on them. They're that perfect size, 400 to 450 pounds. And that was a ground load pot that you just saw leave here. So you don't need to have a ramp to unload them. They unload just like a gooseneck. You just open the back of the gate and they step out. And I like using that fella. He's the one that hauled all of my McAllen cows. Those we sold here on the website here about 3 weeks ago. He's a super good operator. It's foggy this morning. You know what? I'll take the fog. It's a form of moisture. It's not a lot of moisture, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosy. So he went and got a weight on his trailer before he came out here this morning. Went across the certified scales about 5 miles from our farm. And then he's gonna go back across them with those 40 head in there. And then we'll get a full weight, and that'll give us exactly how many animals. I'm sorry, animals. It'll give us exactly the amount of weight. My voice is still a little bit hoarse for talking for 3 days. It's better today than it was yesterday, but it's a workout. I love it. I love it. I wouldn't do it, but there was a ton of people there, some super questions, and the grazing school was just absolutely awesome. We had such a wide range of people there. Folks that didn't have a farm, didn't have any livestock, to people that had land and livestock and wanted to learn what we're doing here so they could be better grazers and make a better living on their farm. Well, it is a beautiful morning, my goodness. I don't know where the fog, I mean, it's thick. You can't even see the creek over there. What a beautiful morning. There was in the corral while ago, there was a bird that landed on the gate right in the middle of those steers. And he had it was almost a burnt orange chest. I don't know what kind of bird it was. And even, you know, the boys saw it too. Like, what is that? We've never seen it before. I don't know what. I'm gonna go back to my bird book and check it out. But the boys are gonna move the cows. I'm just gonna walk down there. Hey Isaac, I'm just gonna go ahead and walk down there. We'll see you down there. Yep. I tell you what, there's nothing like having good young men around. And I gave them kudos, you know. Ike and Isaac and Jackson. During that whole grazing school, I never once had to do any chores or livestock duty or nothing. The boys had it handled, And, you know, they're just very competent young men. When you get good help, I don't care if you've got a laundry service or a fast food or whatever your business is, if you've got good help, you can't put a price on that. 'Cause it just seems like it's getting harder and harder to find people that are willing to, you know, do physical work. These guys love it. They do. They absolutely love it. You can see the grazing line from here. I'm gonna zoom back out so y'all don't get vertigo too bad. There we go. Starting to wind up the calf. We still got a few left to calve, but it was pretty fast and furious for the first 30 days. There goes our calves. A ground load, especially with a semi on the front that doesn't have a sleeper cab on it, those trucks can get around in some pretty tight areas. He had no problem backing in this morning to our corral. If that had been a full-fledged semi with a sleeper on it, I don't think he could have turned around. Or if he did, he would have had to finagle. But I tell you what, those things are not cheap. He was telling me for a brand new one, a ground load trailer like that, they can hold 40, well, I think he can hold around 35 full-size cows, or 40 to 50 stalkers. Stalkers being 450-pound calves. He said for a brand new one, it's $120,000. Now you got to haul a lot of animals to pay for that. And he said a full-fledged pot, which is the one that has 2 layers in it, I believe he said those were $180,000. Yep, $180,000. He said he had a guy buy one down at the stockyards with a brand new Peterbilt truck, and he had $485,000 in it. And Chris is like, now there's a fella that's gonna have to do a lot of driving. A lot of driving to make the payments on that. Can you imagine? $500,000 just to haul livestock? Whew. You still got to put tires and fuel, and hopefully everything goes good from there. But yeah, that's a lot of money. This is what we left behind, folks. This has been grazed. The bluegrass has went to seed. The fescue has not yet. The orchard grass is just starting to go to seed. But none of it will go to seed in this pasture because they ate every single orchard grass plant. They backed off on the fescue a little bit. Well, not that they didn't. They took the tops off that fescue for sure. But yeah. I'll go down here and look at the paddock. I'll show you. We do have some really good grass. And I guess it was Sunday night. Yep, Sunday night. That's when the tornadoes hit northern Missouri. And our good friend up north, Alan, he got hit. His farm did, and tore up, I think, 2 or 3 of his barns, ripped out a bunch of his fence, and actually, I think it killed 2 of his cows. And so that's where David's working now. We're going up there, some of us anyway, on Wednesday, and we're gonna help clean up, try and get some of the fence put back up, and trees down everywhere. So, yeah, man, I saw a video on YouTube of that tornado up at Linneus, Missouri. It was a monster. It was wide. And the storm chaser drove right into the middle of it. Can't imagine, but he did. Drove into the middle of it. Yeah, we left our grass tall for a reason. You don't have any rain, and you graze it off very short. The prospects of it coming back are not very good. So giving them... Oh, there's a cow laying right there. I bet she's had a calf. I can see a little ear sticking up behind it. Yep. I'm not gonna go over there. I don't want to bump her up. Well, that's just a yearling. I thought it was a cow. I thought the ear sticking up that. What I was looking at was his tail. It was laid down in that little ditch out of the wind. The wind's starting to kick up. Well, she does have a calf. That's a little heifer. Probably about 850 pounds. She's got a little calf. Doesn't have any tags in its ear either, so that's a brand new calf. Sitting there licking on himself. Good mama. I like him to be good mama. So when the boys moved these cattle into that bottom down there last night, they left the gate open because they were in this paddock yesterday. It's a good thing to do. Leave the gate open. Because if you move them, and let's say there's a new calf over there underneath that cedar tree and you don't see it, and you move the cows into the next paddock and close the gate, all you've done is isolate that baby from its mother, and it's not gonna get to suck. Unless it's smart enough to get up and walk back to the cow, and that's not hereditary. They don't do that. Instinct tells them to stay put until the cow comes to get them. Man, the tree swallows are all over. I love the tree swallows. Those are my fly eaters. Do you know an adult pair of tree swallows would eat 8,000 blood-sucking flies per day? Yep, 8,000. That's some serious fly control right there. That's why we've got 450 tree swallow houses. People say, oh, Greg, you went to the birds. You know, I don't care what you call it. I call it smart. It's a whole lot better than going out here and pouring crap on the top of your cows and spraying them all the time and fly rubs and all that stuff. All it does is kill your soil biology, and then they laugh. They laugh all the way to the bank with your money. Because now they know your cattle have had a crutch put under them, and they're gonna have to have that same treatment all the time. Boy, manure paths are starting to finally stack up. Look at that. Oh yeah. There's still some runny ones in here, but there's a whole lot of good ones. I'm gonna go over and look at the grass that they're gonna be going on to. So you can tell that the cattle are going after the orchard grass, some of the fescue, well, quite a bit of the fescue actually. This has all been grazed. This is what density does for you. By getting them tighter like that, the grass doesn't get a free ride. They're gonna clip it. They're gonna get the tops of it. That's where your energy is the highest. And of course, they're nailing the clover. They always nail the clover. They take it down pretty darn short. But let's go here and look and see what we're gonna turn them on to today. Ooh, look at that. People, Greg, doesn't look to me like you're in a drought to me. Well, yeah, we are. Because normally, by this time of year, I've been basically raised here my whole life. Folks, this grass should be up to my knee. It should be up to my knee. And it's halfway up my boot. We just didn't get the growth. And that's because we didn't get the rain. But you know what? We're managing through it. And we just took a huge first step of decreasing our stocking rate. Boy, there's a pretty calf. Woo. It's a little heifer. She's a beaut. Man, oh man. That's the way you want them to look right there, folks. Beautiful South Pole heifer. Absolutely beautiful. I could look at a calf like that all day long. There's something peaceful about being out with your cows in grass. Right now they're bawling because we haven't moved them yet. They're mad. But they'll get over it. Because that wire's coming down. Yeah. You know what? My boots are wet. So that fog did us some good. You notice our ground has got litter. It's got this dead litter all over it. So that we caught 4/10 of an inch. You can't tell it now. But oh yeah, bug. Little black bug down there. Part of our soil life. Even though it's dry, there's still some bugs working. At that 4/10 of an inch, we caught it. It didn't run off. And so it, just by having that litter bank, that's what we call our litter bank right there, we were able to persevere, and every single drop of rain that we got, we caught. It didn't run off. So that's good. Well, folks, I'm gonna get out of here. The boy's gonna roll this wire up here in a bit, and we'll see you down the road.